How would you like to learn my top 10 ways for getting increases in ranking and traffic this year for your products on Amazon? Then watch the video that I'm about to show you where I spoke to over 3,000 people live in Las Vegas sharing this presentation that they all paid to get access to. You're getting it right now for free. So be sure to take notes, watch the presentation, and I'll be back right after. Today we're going to talk about 10 ways you can increase your traffic, your rankings, and your sales on Amazon. And the really cool thing about these is that all these tactics are tactics that are working right now. They're not old tactics that were working at one point in time, no longer working. Some of these have been around for a while, but I don't think anyone's really looked at them again or looked at them in a different way. But you can take these tactics knowing that they're working right now and use them for your business. And they're good for anyone. They can be used by someone who's just starting off this business right now. You launch your first product. You could be $1 million seller and use these. Or some of these, you could be a brand new person who doesn't even have a product yet, and you can start planning and implementing these somewhere right now. And in addition to that, you can go back to your hotel room, just like Matt was talking about, and start working on these right away. That's actually Rich Henderson's feet right there. I'd recognize those anywhere. I've seen them far too many times. He is either working on his Amazon business or he's binging Game of Thrones. He has a thing for the Dragon Queen, or at least he did. Spoiler alert, sorry about that. But yeah, these are all things that you can actually go there and start implementing, at least most of them, and I'll kind of point out which ones you can. Now, it's hard to think back to like 14 months ago. We're in a room just like this in Orlando, Florida, and we were talking about the latest traffic strategies, for what's working in launching and ranking your products. You're also talking about Gmail ads. We're talking about electronic billboards. We're talking about Tabula and Outbrain and other different strategies like that as well. And one thing I realized is that during that time, that was, I believe, April of 2018, there was a huge, huge rumor going around inside the Amazon community. And that rumor was that Amazon launches were dead. Completely dead, So Amazon had just went through some kind of algorithm change, like they do, at least twice a year. Some people were getting really bad results with their launches. Some people were getting no results at all. So it was official. Amazon launches were officially dead. There's no longer any reason you can go out there and start a business and get products ranking because it just doesn't work anymore. So people started shipping their products back to China, gave up their business. But what's interesting is that just about a month ago, we also learned something else new. Launches are dead again, right? And I use a little bit of sarcasm in my voice here because launches really aren't dead. They will never be dead. As long as there's e-commerce, as long as there's products out there to sell, people are always going to be launching products. But what we have to do is we do need to learn how to adapt. I never tried a fancy graphic like that. I'm glad it actually worked this time. It's kind of cool. We need to adapt how we launch our products because Amazon's going to keep changing. The business is going to keep changing. Other models will come out there that we want to take advantage of, and it doesn't mean that we can do the exact same thing every day. Ryan talked about that there. You can't just assume that you're going to launch a product, sit back, and it's going to do the same sales every single day for the rest of your e-commerce and business career. That doesn't happen. But when things like this do happen, when strategies change, what we need to do is give Amazon what Amazon wants. That's how you adapt. And if we're starting off selling on Amazon, let's face it, it is the best platform right now for all of us to get selling on. It's the easiest, it's the fastest way to scale your business. Well, we're playing by Amazon's rules. And so more and more, we need to make sure that we give them what they want. And what Amazon wants right now, they want to grow their advertising business. And now, I originally was not even going to talk about launching anymore, but I'm going to share still 10 other tactics that are great for getting sales, but I've seen and heard so many people struggling with launching that I wanted to make sure I included it in this presentation because when you have thousands of people watching or attending, it's a great way to get this message across so that someone can't say, oh my God, I didn't know how to do this. I totally forgot. I'm giving up this business. The worst thing for me right now is to hear someone struggling and saying that they're just going to give this business up. Because I've seen in my own personal life, I've seen in my friends and family and the mentors, some other people, I've seen what this business can do for you. So I want to make sure everyone knows exactly what is working right now. And right now, Amazon wants to grow their advertising business. So we're going to help feed that machine for them. And Amazon's willing to reward us for that. I mean, they've seen exactly what Google can do as far as advertising goes, what Facebook can do. Advertising revenue for Google and Facebook still dwarfs Amazon. But last year, Amazon did $10 billion just using their advertising platform. That's pretty insane if you think about it, because Amazon really started off as a book company. They got into a fulfillment company, and now they're getting into advertising. And I tell you what, Amazon is set up to rock the advertising world. They own the advertising platform. They own the fulfillment network. They have more, better, bigger, faster warehouses all over the world than anyone else. So if they can tie those two things together for us, they're going to just completely crush it even more than they already are doing. And so what we're going to do, we're going to take advantage of Amazon's advertising. And now, what I want to do is kind of say, how do we do that? Let's get down to some tactics, because we're going to talk about a lot of big strategies, a lot of inspiration today. This one is exactly what's working today. So first, you want to focus on Amazon's advertising tools. And some of this may not be, new to all of you guys, but I want to make sure we reinforce this. You simply launch your product using Amazon's sponsored product ads. And now the cool thing about that, we talked, learned from Ryan about you need to figure out who your audience is. It is awesome to go out there and build an Instagram audience, to build a Facebook audience, build a YouTube audience. Those strategies absolutely work. But another way to also find your audience is to connect with the people that are searching for products on Amazon. Who better? Who's your better audience than someone going to a product, to Amazon like this and searching for a Bluetooth speaker? If someone's on Amazon searching for Bluetooth speakers, chances are they're a part of your audience as well. So we're going to go out there and use Amazon sponsored product ads to do that. And then we're also going to target the keywords that you want to rank for. Then you need to incentivize those people, like Ryan was talking about as well. You need to give them a reason to buy now, to buy early. So early on, we're going to give them a big discount. Now, we're not going to go crazy. We're not going to go like 90% off anymore. I never do that. I don't go to 70% or 60%. I just go like 50%, maybe a little lower. Give them a nice incentive. Use a coupon. And then once you started getting some sales there, we're also going to kick in your auto campaigns, set up some seller, sponsored product ad campaigns using broad match. And when I talk about broad match, if I were to go out there and sell these Bluetooth speakers, the main keyword I would go out there and broad match would just be Bluetooth speaker. And then you will find all other kinds of keywords that people are searching for. And every couple weeks, I'm going to mine that. I'm going to keep figuring out exactly what people are searching for and keep adding them to our campaign. This process can just be repeated, but there's one thing you have to have. There's one constant in this business. You have to have a good product, and you have to have a great listing as well. If you don't have that, I think pretty much everything you'll be learning here is going to be a struggle for you. So make sure that you can actually focus on product quality, focus on customer service, and focus on having a really good listing that converts as best you possibly can. And we're going to talk about that as well. So, when it comes to launching in 2019, there's more than just Amazon sponsored ads. And like I said, we're going to talk about strategies that people who only have access to sponsored ads can use. But I'm going to talk about a few pro tips here too, because there's a lot of people here. If you look around here, chances are in the row that you're at, there's someone selling $1 million plus a year, maybe $10 million. So I want to try to reach some of those people as well. So who here has ever used Amazon marketing services? You guys remember that from a long time ago? See a lot? Yep. Now, Amazon has updated their Seller Central marketing now, where you get a lot of those tools inside of your Seller Central account. We can use headline search ads. They'll become product display ads pretty soon. You can build your stores now inside of Seller Central. All things that used to only be available to the larger vendors that were out there. But there was a loophole for about a year, and some of us here may have accessed that loophole on one of them. You were actually able to get access to AMS. And if you're one of the people who still have access to AMS, you can still use what are called these two-step URLs. Now, we may have heard recently that these URLs are becoming a little bit risky, especially for newer sellers. But if you are an Amazon Marketing Services member, you can go out there and use your headline search ads or sponsor brands to go out there and use a two-step URL. So right here, this is the AMS advertising menu. Again, if you don't have access to this, don't worry about this. It's just for the few people that do out here. There's probably a couple hundred still have that, but they've forgotten about it. You create a sponsored ads campaign, and then here's one thing you will not see inside of your Seller Central account, only here. It's that custom URL. No one is using that. No one. Hardly anyone is using that. That custom URL, it's very, seems pretty innocuous what they're calling there. What it is, you can use a two-step URL for your brand search. So if you still have access and you still want to go out there and safely get targeted ranking for your keywords, go back to your old AMS account, reactivate it if you haven't used it in a while, create a headline search ad, or they're calling sponsored brands now, and then use that right there to rank for any keyword that you want to. It's one of those little tricks you have access to, you can use. Now, another thing that we're talking about, and I'm not going to talk a lot about this today, is using ManyChat or any other chatbot that's out there. Because chatbots are now quickly becoming the new ranking and launching platform out there. Now, again, you don't have to use these, but everyone has access to them. ManyChat is pretty much the gold standard as far as chatbots go. Seller Chatbots, another one, I think actually created by some people that might be in this room right here. These chatbots can be great because not only do they help you really drive targeted sales when you launch your product, but they also help you build a list. So if you want to build an audience of your raving customer fans that you can launch more products to in the future, ManyChat works like nothing else out there. We've seen open rates on ManyChat go above 80%. And an open rate is simply if you send out 100 messages, how many people actually open it? In email, you're lucky to get 5, 10, 15, 20%. ManyChat and messenger bots are insane because people are always connected. I see a lot of people connected right now to their phones. I mean, if you get a message right now from someone, chances are you're going to check it at some point very quickly that day. So this is something that anyone can start getting set up right now. You don't need a product. You can actually just build your brand page and get a list created right now. We'll talk about how to do that in a little bit. I just wanted to mention the launching ways that people are really getting the best results right now because I've seen too many people fail. Now, if you want to know some really deep diving tactics into launching, check your phone. That's a screenshot of the Yap app today. Matt already talked about them. I know for a fact that we have a great launching discussion in one of the breakout rooms today. I also know that someone else at the same time will be talking about going out there and using sponsored ads as well to go even a level above what we just talked about. And I think Rich and I will be talking a little bit at a boot camp type style about how to kind of revisit the whole launching process. But if you want to learn more about launching, you're in the right place to do that today. Now, that was not the tact I want to talk about. One of the tactics I want to talk about is getting ready for mobile sales because mobile is here. It's been growing by leaps and bounds every single year. And as of right now, up to 40% of everyone buying on Amazon is doing that on mobile, and that's on their phones right now. When you get up to the holiday season, that number can get even bigger. And we expect that number to continue to grow. Now, the reason why this is important to us, and I did not think about this probably like 2-3 months ago, is that the Amazon desktop search, anyone buying on Amazon, it does not look the same, nor does it behave the same as Amazon mobile. This doesn't mean we need to go out there and recreate and redo everything, but we need to be aware of it so we can adapt and adjust. Take a look at the screen right here. This is a typical search on Amazon using a desktop. We've all seen this 1,000 times. There's those really cool Bluetooth headphones. You'll notice that the picture is still front and center. One of the most important things you want to have out there. That's a great looking picture. They've added a little lightning bolt to it. They have a pretty good title that's still very prominent. Then you also see the bullet points, or we call the features and benefits. Those are all still right there on the desktop version. Now, if we pull up the mobile version, you can go to this product right now. You'll see this exactly as we're showing right here. You still see the picture is very prominent. It's probably even more prominent. It takes up about half the real estate on there. And then you have the title, maybe a little bit more important because it's now pushed to the very top. It's the first thing someone sees. But what you don't see on the phone when you're searching for products on the Amazon mobile app, you don't see those bullet points at all anymore. So we've all been taught, and we're one of the ones teaching it, that bullet points are one of the most important features of every Amazon listing, and they still are. I'm not going to disagree with that anymore. However, when it comes to being mobile, people don't even see those bullet points till much later down the shopping process. And if anything, the price is more prominent as well. It's bigger than it is over on the desktop version, so most people now are going to be brought in by the image, maybe by the title, and more price sensitive. So speaking of where those bullet points are, if here's that first screen on the mobile search for that product, you need to scroll down a little bit, and then you would see the product description. And then after that, the very last thing, those are those features and details, or the bullet points. And if you're paying attention, it's completely switched around. So on the desktop version, bullet points are front and center. On the mobile, it's the last thing. Most people do not even get to them. And this is true for enhanced brand content as well. Your product details and your enhanced brand content, they're going to be up near the top, making that more important than ever. Now, what on earth do you do if I just told you? I kind of showed you what it looks like, what's not there, what's missing. You probably want to know, well, Mike, how the heck do I actually take action on this? And it's pretty basic. So the first thing you want to do is make sure your primary image is the best it can possibly be. I know this is not an advanced tactic, but we need to refocus on it because on desktop, everyone sees all the other images lined up. Your first one's still the most important, but they all know they can go see the other ones. On mobile, it's even more important. It's taking up half your screen, and people don't intuitively know they need to swipe to go to the other ones, so your image is more important than ever. Also, you don't want to have a spammy title. As a matter of fact, you don't want to have one anytime after July 22nd, because if anyone is paying attention to their Seller Central account this week, they just made this announcement a few days ago. Starting July 22nd, Amazon is going to be suppressing any product listings that do not have titles that meet their requirements. This is a really big deal. I hopped into the forums one time. Don't ever go there to the seller forums on Amazon. It is a scary, scary place. People were really scared to death about this. This one article, all it says is this. It says that Amazon is going to enforce a rule that's been in place forever. They have certain title lengths. They have certain formats they want you to follow. They want to make sure you don't make any huge claims on your product that aren't substantiated or shouldn't be in the title. They're just saying they're going to enforce this. There were maybe 100 upvotes of this, and almost 1,000 people downvoting this because they thought it was such a terrible thing to do, for Amazon to enforce their own rule. All we need to know is that just make sure your titles are in place, because come July 22nd, I guarantee what's going to happen. I'm going to wake up that morning, I'm going to go into Facebook, and I'm going to see hundreds of people saying my product is no longer listed. Hopefully everyone here won't have that issue, because you'll know that your product is not going to be de-indexed or suppressed. As a matter of fact, what'll probably happen, if you think about it, all the people that aren't here, all the people that aren't paying attention, they're going to have their products taken off a search. I bet you a lot of people here will see increases in sales because of that. By default, we're all going to start moving up past all those other products that have been gaming the system, using spammy titles and violating rules. This is a good reason to give Amazon what they want. Now, also, the last thing you want to do is you want to make sure that your product description, which we've always taught you, I'm one of the ones who've been teaching this, it's probably the least important thing on your listing. Not that it's not important, but it's not the one you need to focus on. We've always said focus on your pictures, focus on your title, focus on your bullet points, then go focus on your back-end search terms, and then if you have time, let's get to your description. Well, now it's more important because on mobile, people are going to see that very, very quickly, including if it's enhanced brand content. So what we want you to do is make sure that you take your 1, 2, or 3 best bullet points, the ones that really on desktop sell your product. People read the title and they read that first bullet point. It's going to solve every single problem they have. Make sure you include it at the top of your description, and then people who are on mobile, they're going to see that right away too. That will make sure you help increase more sales and conversions when you make these changes and people start shopping more on mobile. Now, also keep in mind, like I said, the enhanced brand content is fully applicable to that too. You need to make sure those all have maybe a good picture even of your features and benefits at the top. Now, who here remembers Cambridge Analytica? Anyone? Not a lot of people. If you didn't know, they're the Antichrist. You didn't know that? No, they are. They are really, really, really evil people. They are horrible people, but do we know why? Is it because they worked with the Russians to help throw an election? Some people think that. I'm not going to take a side here. I'm here to make money. Is it because they may have sold all of our data on Facebook to people just looking to mine all of our personal details? They may have done stuff like that. But the real reason why I don't like them is because they shut down chatbots for a while. So we just got done talking about chatbots are becoming one of the new platforms for launching your products and getting reviews and get all kinds of things. But last year, when we were speaking in Orlando, anyone who didn't already have an account set up with a chatbot, you could not get it. Facebook shut it down. There's a terrible scandal in the news. Cambridge was out there. They were closing their business down. They're no longer around anymore. And Facebook couldn't take any more bad press. So they said, this new platform we're launching that people already feel a little scary about because it kind of intrudes on your privacy, we're going to take it offline. So no one could get in there. However, today, chatbots are alive. And the really great thing about that is there's so many things that these things can do for you. They can get your targeted sales during launches. Think about what Ryan was talking about. You build a ManyChat list and you launch a product, it is easy to get people to want to buy that product, especially if you give them a discount or some kind of incentive. You don't got to go crazy. Also, you can build that list of people that you can continue launching and launching to more and more. As you get your second, third, fifth product, you have a built-in raving fan base that you can easily access, so much more easier than using a customer email list. And also, they can help drive reviews. Now, everyone here wants more reviews. It's one of the bigger struggles we're facing. It's not something that is terrible, a catastrophe, if you're trying to sell on Amazon, that you can no longer get reviews as easily. For me, it's more they're finally cleaning it up. I would rather have it be a little harder to get an authentic, genuine review than face a competitor who, when I wake up the next day, has 500 reviews with 2 different words in the reviews because it has nothing to do with the product. This is one way that you can go out there and actually reach people. If we all try to email customers using our Amazon Seller Central account, we all get these messages every single day. This message could not be delivered because that customer no longer wants to receive any emails from Amazon. Totally fine. Chatbots can do that. We're not going out there and mining for anyone's email addresses. You're going out there and building your customer and audience base first. You're creating a Facebook page. You're asking them to reach out to you. You're asking them if it's okay that they message you in the future or you message them in the future and share new products. Make them the first in line by doing this. Now, you can do about 1 million or 1,000 other things with chatbots. I don't have time to go into that, but I know that if Paul Barron's here, he's going to be speaking a little bit today on chatbots. We have a couple of people that are experts as well. There are entire courses on chatbots, but what I want to teach you today is what you can do with them right now and today very, very easily. So here's the dead simple strategy. You simply go out after you've created your first Facebook page, and you create a very simple post. And just ask people, who wants to save 20% right now on a product? It can be 20, it can be 15, it can be 50, whatever you want. I don't like to go crazy. I like to make it authentic. Sometimes too big of discounts make people think your product's cheap. Just ask them, who wants that? And ask them to comment below. Then, once they comment, you want to create a simple auto response. All it does is reply to them, thank you for being one of our fans and customers. Here's your coupon, and ask them, are you okay if we send you future coupons and deals as well? Almost everyone is going to say yes, some won't. Those people who don't want to get messages from you, that's okay. You don't want them anyway. They get their coupon, that's awesome, they're going to buy a product. Then you simply boost that post, because let's face it, just making a post on your Facebook page anymore doesn't really get the attention it used to. But you can spend $10 for a few days boosting this post, and you will get 50, 100, maybe a couple hundred people wanting that coupon and joining your list. It really is as easy as that. There's a whole nother slew of world out there where you can go out there and create really complicated chatbot routines. If you do this simple one right here, it's going to help you launch your product. Now, keep in mind, you also want to make sure you follow any kind of chatbot rules. Again, Facebook is still kind of gun shy. They want to make sure you're not going out there and spamming people with offers all the time. Make sure you read up on what to do, especially using ManyChat. It'll guide you down the right path. Pretty much, they just want to make sure that you are not violating the customer's trust. You're not intruding on them, sending them messages they don't want. If you follow the basic rules, then you'll be just fine. Now, this strategy I love, because this strategy is guaranteed to save you $3,429.84. You don't believe me? Okay. Maybe I should phrase that. It would have saved me $3,429.84 if I had followed it myself. You know, one of the reasons why I love this business is I love sharing things all the time. And today, I'm going to share with you something called learning from Mike's mistakes. Yep, that little duck. So every day I wake up, I check my Amazon account still. Even though I have people help me now, I still get very much into the details of this business. I love it. I'll never get away from it. As much as I'd like to say that at some point I want to be sitting in a chair, just investing in businesses and just letting other people run them, I still am actively involved in every single Amazon business that I have. And I remember around Christmas time I woke up and I saw this show up inside my Seller Central account, inside my Amazon advertising menu. You know, we have the normal sponsored products, we have the sponsored brands because I'm brand registered. Then I saw this. It's called Sponsored Display. And the really cool thing that got my attention was the word beta next to it. Beta is very, very special. It makes you feel special. So I had to click on it right away. And then I realized very quickly the definition of beta. Definition is let Mike spend all of his money testing out crap while Amazon gets it right. You know what? It actually works for Amazon, not for me, but it does work. So I immediately went in and said, okay, I'm going to create this campaign. I got sponsored displays. By the way, these sponsored displays, it's retargeting. All of us have seen it. If you go look on Amazon right now, and then you hop on over to Facebook, you hop onto a new site, you'll see the product you were just looking at on Amazon, because Amazon does all kinds of retargeting for you. Now, they're giving you the benefit of paying for it yourself. And so I went in there and I decided, I am going to go out there, I'm going to test this out, I'm going to teach this awesome strategy at the next SellerCon, because I want people to really learn how to run their own display ads. I know retargeting works, and trust me, it really, really does. So I went in there, I created this one, had all my products into it, I didn't really know how to do it. I created my first little ad group called Definitely Going to Sell These Products This Time, and then I kicked off this, sponsored display beta test, and then here's what happened. Yeah, horrible. Spent over $3,000. I made about $2,500 in sales. Terrible ACoS, 137%. This doesn't take into account the money I lost in the product, fulfillment costs. I might be able to swallow 130+% ACoS if I'm using keywords inside of sponsored ads, which we talked about. So if I know that I'm targeting Bluetooth speaker or Bluetooth headphones and I'm paying a little bit more, I might be able to swallow that amount on these kinds of, but for product display ads, there's no keyword targeting here at all. It's just people looking at your products on other websites, clicking on it, and then in my case, not buying. So this didn't work. I turned these off probably end of March, maybe April, something like that. A few days ago, getting excited again about coming to SellerCon, thinking, maybe I was wrong. Maybe I just did something wrong. I kicked them off again 3 days ago. June 18th, look at that, 0 sales. As I'm sitting here today, I'm an idiot because they're still running. I got to go turn these off after lunch or something like that. I was really hoping this would work for you. But let's turn it back around. So here is my $3,000 plus advice to you on the best way to use sponsored display ads. Don't. Do not use them. That is at least until Amazon improves them, or until you're here in this group in a safe place with other people where we can actually test these out and figure out how to work it. I did try a lot of things. Right now, Amazon just does not give you a lot of control over this. You can't control what websites your ads do or don't show up on, because that means that I'm just going out there and showing and paying for these ads all over the internet without any kind of visibility into who my customer, who my audience might be. So until that happens, I would stay away from them. Don't get excited about that little beta thing popping up. All right, now it's time for a little hacking trip. I always love sharing these, and I am going to give a shout out to the mentors right here. I love you guys. You guys are totally awesome, because they help validate a lot of these things that we test out. They also help share a lot of things that I get to share with people as well, and this is one that we all talked about in the group. So we've all seen this before. This is one of my products right there. The list price is $49.99. The price right now is $44.97. I have that strike-through price. I also have Amazon's Choice Badge for Rich Henderson's favorite product. I don't know how that got there, maybe a little photoshopping. But if you want to do this, here's the one strategy. I've seen a lot of strategies out there. None of the other ones have worked for us consistently. This is what actually seems to work most of the time. First, get rid of your sales price. Let's face it, we all do that. We all have our MSRP, we all have our offer price, and then we all keep our sales prices running like forever, indefinitely. Get rid of the sales price for a while. Then actually make your price, your offer price, the same as your MSRP. And if you need to lower your MSRP to do that, go ahead. You don't got to raise your product up to $100. Just make sure that your MSRP inside your listing and your offer price are the exact same thing. Now, this part's a little bit harder. You got to drive some sales then. You need to get some sales over a week or two in order to make this work. A little cool thing that can help is that you can still use discounts and coupons. So even though I've raised the price, I can still use a 50% off coupon, and that counts for this tactic as a full price sale at my price that I'm selling it at. Then what happens? After 1 or 2 weeks, you can go ahead and create that sales price again, and there's a very good possibility that you will get that strike-through price. Now, I know that of the 7 or 8 people that we've been talking about it, 5 of us have seen this work. A couple of them happen, which leads me to think, like, how often does it work? It actually works 60% of the time, all the time. So I used that one like 2 years ago, and it's one of my favorite ones of all times. So try it out. If it doesn't work for you, I'm really sorry. It is kind of category specific, but this is the only known way that I've ever seen the strike-through pricing to come back pretty consistently, a little over half the time. All right, now we're going to talk about an easy win. And of all the things that I'm talking about, this is one that I'm actually most excited about, even though it's pretty boring. It's the Amazon Business Seller Program. This is the B2B Central. And if you go in there and look at it, if you've been invited to the business program, if you haven't been, you can sign up for it voluntarily. You don't have to be invited, but we got invited a long time ago. And they'll tell you all these reasons why you want to sign up as a business. First, it's free and easy. You can offer business pricing and quantity discounts. You can also give business-only offers to other buyers out there that are registered as businesses. You get access to some enhanced content, like think about uploading your instruction manuals, uploading MSDS, material safety data sheets to your listings. You can also claim business credentials, like if you're a small business owner, if you are a minority business owner, female business owner, or a veteran business owner, you can put those on your seller profile. And you can also go out there and create this seller profile that has a lot more on it, like a big logo, and it has some information about when your business started off, how many employees you have, all kinds of things. That is a really cool feature of people looking at your business profile, and then you get all kinds of reporting as well. And I'll show you some of the reporting. That's just boring as hell. Those are not the real reasons you want to do this. The real reason you want to sign up for the Amazon Business Program, although it's free and easy to do, is because if you do that, things like this can happen. Look at the date. 1 week ago, June 13th, I made a sale using the business program. This is a verified business customer. And that sale on one order was 250 units for almost $9,000 in sales. Had I not went through the 5 minutes to set up my business profile, I would have missed out on this sale. It literally took me 5 minutes to set up and make sure I had everything in there. Now, granted, I do not get sales like this every single day or every single week. I'm not trying to make that claim. But I do get business sales every single month. It's a great program to be in. If you're not doing it, you're missing out on free sales. This does not take much time at all. You want to go out there and you want to fill out everything possible. So here's how you do that. You want to go out there and you want to register as an Amazon business. If you don't know how to do that, I haven't already, I'll give you a link in a second. You also want to fill out every single detail possible. Just go through the list. They're going to show you all the 5 categories to fill it out. Fill in everything that you have. Then you also want to apply for any certifications. If you are a female and you're owning your business, you are a female-owned business. if you're a minority, if you are a veteran, if you're a small business area, go out there and apply for those certifications. Put them onto your business profile. Because there are companies out there that are adamant about only supporting certain businesses, and you don't want to miss an opportunity if that's the case. Then you also want to set up your business discount pricing. And I'm pretty sure that's what got me this sale, and I'll show you exactly how to do that as well. If you need to sign up, you'll get the slides to these. There's the link right there, SellerCentral.amazon.com, business/B2B registration. It's that simple. I actually found that in the help file of Seller Central as well. You can do that, and it'll take you right there. Now, when it comes to set up your business pricing, you'll see a screen like this that just lets you go through every single product, set up your business pricing. This is different from quantity discounts that we all have access to. This is just for your business, but this is a simple way to do it. I like offering 5% if they buy between 2 and 5 products, then up to 10% when they get 5 to 10, 15 for 10 to 15, and then 20% off if they buy more than 25 products. That seems to work. You don't have to do the same thing. That's just what works for me. Another really cool thing about Amazon Business, look at this graph right here. This tells me who's buying my products. Governments are buying my products, commercial, regular businesses who are official businesses, and education. Who I sold those products to? It was a county government inside of Wisconsin. I don't want to share the name of it because I feel kind of weird about that, but a county government bought 250 units of my products. Now I know, with this information, I'm going to go out there and find more counties. It's just the natural thing to do. You may find something different. This tells you who your audience already is. Now, I also want to talk about some Amazon influencers, and I call these built-in Amazon influencers. There are other people that are going into way more detail during this time here, but I want to talk about a real dead simple, easy way to do it. Now, if you're wondering who these influencers are, they make you think it's these people. Mark Cuban, they make you think it's this, a very attractive woman in the studio, and those people are helping support the Amazon influencer program, but in reality, this is who they are. That's a listing of Facebook groups trying to sell coupons and give away coupons. I'm a member of the top one, Salesaholics. The person who runs that may be here. I don't even know. There's like 3 or 4 other groups. There are dozens of Facebook groups out there. All they focus on is sharing discounts that are set up and share with Amazon influencers. Basically, the influencer program is a part of the Amazon Associates program. It's a referral program that helps you share your products with other people and get commission. And these people are getting a commission. So what they do is they go out there and they find the best deals, and every day they're posting about them. Now, another situation might be a review site. Like Best Reviews is very, very popular. There are thousands of these out there. If you ever go out there and you find sites like this, talk about the 10 best backpacks out there, the 10 best lanterns out there, chances are it's someone who's making a commission off those sales. And that's totally fine, because do I really care who it is? No. I just want to make sure that they're hawking my wares for me as much as they possibly can. Now, how you do this, and you may have seen this before, is you want to go in and create a social media promo code. And then when you get to the screen where you're actually going to be setting up the discount, make sure you have this box checked. And if you want to read what that box means, it's right there. All it says is Amazon saying, we're going to share this with our influencers. Are you okay with that? And if I'm offering a discount on a product that I really want a lot of people to get, I say yes, because this is what shows up. This is a list of all of the discounts that are going on that very day. There's actually thousands. I just took a little screenshot of this. This is inside of Amazon Associates that they're seeing. And the reason that I like doing this for 2 reasons. One, if I want to share a specific discount with people, think 20 to 30% off, I create this, give them a link, and it's an easy way to do it. But more importantly, if I want to liquidate inventory, think 70% or higher, this is a great way to get your sales viral in order to clear it. Now, one quick tip, if you actually want to go out there and liquidate inventory and not lose your money, raise your price, then create a 70% social media coupon to share with people. You'll get a lot of people to share it, and they think they're getting 70% off, which they are, but you'll just be able to clear your inventory and hopefully not lose money. Now, a quick little bonus thing. Who here is going to be selling on Prime Day? Awesome. All right. So, I don't know if you saw this. Yesterday on the plane, saw this. People always ask, how do I get invited to Prime Day lightning deals or deals of the day? If you missed out on that, it's totally fine, because you can create Prime exclusive discounts now inside of your Seller Central account. If you saw this message come up, go to your advertising menu, go to the Prime exclusive discounts menu, and you can set these up yourself. It's pretty simple. You go through, you create which products you're going to actually offer as a discount. You'll go through and you'll actually upload a spreadsheet of what those products are. Don't be afraid of it. It's not that complicated. They give you a template. So I'm going to put all of our products into this. I haven't had a chance to do that. Been a little busy the last 24 hours. Put all your products in here by SKU, what the percentage discount is, what the lowest price you're willing to sell it at, and then you upload it, and then you're done. if you need instructions, they actually have that in the template there that will help you go out there and figure out how to do this. You have to do this by July 5th. So we're like 2 weeks away. Be sure everyone here who's selling on Amazon does this before July 5th. You will make a lot more sales on Amazon's Prime Day coming up. All right, a quick little pause here because everything that I shared with you right now is pretty much applicable to anyone in this room, regardless of where you're at. But I want to talk a little bit more about some more advanced strategies. And so these things may have some requirements, and I'll talk about those. So if anyone's actually shopping on or selling on Shopify right now, I can almost guarantee that you are losing money, and I'll tell you why. I did a test for the past 3 months. I ran a radio ad campaign in St. Louis, Missouri. I wanted to see how these work for me. I'm always testing out new things. And to be honest, I love sharing these things with you. That's part of the reason why I do this. It's also a business write-off. I'm not going to deny. But I love testing out new things. So I ran a campaign for 3 months using local radio. Each week, I gave people the option of getting a discount either on my website or on Amazon. So I gave them a discount code, or I gave them a link where if they went there, it took them straight to a social media promo code. And then at the end of that test, here were those results. So I made $8,675,000 in sales, so a little, almost, $8,500 in sales, profit of $1,200. And look at this, though. 76% of my sales, money-wise, went to Amazon. So when I gave people the complete option where they wanted to shop on the radio, 3/4 of them wanted to go to Amazon. And actually, the number's higher. That's looking at the sales. If I did the math looking at the orders, if I divided 431 orders by 484, it's closer to 90%. So people love shopping on Amazon. Not to say you'll never want to shop on or sell on your own website, but right now, just keep in mind, people love Amazon, and that's not going to change. So I created this strategy, worked with some really good advertisers, getting this information to figure out what can I do to help my own sales. And I call this the sweep them up with my own retargeting that I know works. So for my own e-commerce site, I drive paid traffic to it, like everyone who's selling on their own website does. Then I also retarget those people back to my own website, like everyone else should be doing. And then after a certain part of time, I like 7 to 10 days, I'm going to retarget those people again. If they haven't bought on my website, chances are they're not going to. This time, I don't know of anyone else who was doing this, I retarget them back to Amazon. Because I know 3/4 of people would rather buy on Amazon. Let's give them that chance. And then finally, afterwards, about 2 to 3 weeks, if they haven't bought yet, then I turn it off. And when it comes to Amazon, we don't really know if they bought there, so I automatically turn those off anyway after a month. I want to make sure I'm not retargeting people if they ended up buying. If you want to know the details of how I set up my campaign, this is what I did right there. I actually I tried going for the lowest cost per click, and I was able to get 33 cents per click for very targeted Facebook advertising for all the people, just retargeting people back to my Amazon listing who had visited my products on my website, had not bought, and I definitely noticed an increase in sales on my Amazon side as I was running these. This is something you can do if you have your own e-commerce site. Now, I don't know if you heard this. I threw this in this morning. I was up early. I don't know if you heard the big Shopify news. I just want to pull this out. Shopify introduced their own fulfillment network. Huge news. Their stock is jumping, skyrocketing high. This means that at some point in time, we may have another fulfillment service other than Amazon we can use, and this is just incredible news. I just want to make sure you guys are aware of this. Keep that in mind. I would say probably sometime next year is really when it's going to be in full force. All right, now everything else that I'm going to talk about requires one thing, and that is brand registry. So hopefully a lot of people here are in brand registry. If not, then you can go out there and start thinking about that right now because there are a ton of benefits that you can get with brand registry. It gives you more control over your listings, over your products. It also helps protect you from counterfeiters and people trying to destroy your brand image. And they give you some behind-the-scenes monitoring that you may not even know is happening, keeping counterfeiters off of your listings and such. And they give you something called brand analytics. Now, I believe someone here at SellerCon is going to be doing a deep dive into brand analytics. I'm going to show you what I use for them because I think it's a really powerful, easy strategy you can use. So I won't be able to cover everything, but I am going to cover what I can. So first, if you have brand registry, you can add videos to your listings. And they've just done this recently, made it a lot easier. People who watch a video on your listing are 3.6 times more likely to buy. That is almost a 400% increase in conversions for those people who add videos to listings. It doesn't have to be anything complicated either. Here's a product right here, just a stud finder, and these videos go right there at the very bottom of your images. They're very simple to make. They're usually about a minute or two. If you want to create these, don't do anything crazy. What I like to do is keep them short, have a catchy animated opening, have a little bit of sound in there, and keep in mind that it's an instructional video. You're not selling something, but in behind the scenes, You really are. You just want to go out there and talk about sales. Show them, unbox your product, show them how they use your product, show them how responsive as a manufacturer are. Because you are the manufacturer when you're doing this, you're not the seller. A fine distinction, but it's something you need to keep in mind. Also, you can't talk about prices or sales because, again, you are the manufacturer, but you can't talk about a warranty if you are a manufacturer. That's a great way to put a video up there. Also, if you're a member of Amazon Brand Registry, there's Project Zero. I'm a member of this now. It is awesome. It helps take people off your listing almost immediately when you have a counterfeiter on there. If you want to join the wait list, simply go to Project Zero and join the wait list. It took me about 30 days to get approved to it. Once you're approved for that, you get access to this tool. Incredibly powerful, also dangerous. You don't want to abuse this tool. It will take a seller off your listing immediately. That Amazon keeps track of this. If you just don't like a seller on there, if you think that they're selling counterfeit but they're not, if they're really selling your product because they got it on a discount, there's nothing wrong with that. You don't want to take them off. You want to focus on people that are selling counterfeits. Use this, it will take them down. The next step after that is actually transparency. This is the next level that instead of being able to remove people immediately, this will keep them from getting on there completely. And what this program does for you is it'll allow you to put on a trackable barcode every single one of your products. So when they get to Amazon, if it doesn't have a barcode that you helped create through the transparency program, it will not go inside of Amazon. And customers can actually go and scan that when they get a product and know that it's your product. Those are all great protections. The video is a great tool to increase conversions. Project Zero, the transparency, great things that you want to get at some point when you are brand registered. But what I love are the brand analytics tools you'll get. And I can go through these pretty quickly here. There's Amazon search terms, which allow you to go through and see all the searches out there that people are looking all over Amazon every day. There's also item comparison. If you want to know whether products people are buying, this will tell you. And there's demographics, which is for your entire brand, which is pretty crazy. Look at this demographic chart right here. There's 5 of them. There's the age, income, marital status, education level. It's kind of crazy to give this kind of information. You will get this for your products when you join here. When you're able to sign up for brand registry. And what I like to do is go right into Facebook and imagine what? They have those exact same demographic settings inside your ads. If you know that you're primarily selling to men between 40 and 55 years old and making a certain income level and education level, you can target those exact same people. Now, demographics are great. It's awesome to use for targeting, but really want to focus on the search terms. Look at this report right here. If you have not seen this, this is the best thing that Amazon's come out with in years. This is a search term report showing every single search performed on Amazon from the top 1 to the bottom million search. You go out there, you can actually, there's over 1.2 million in this search right here. You also can sort them any way that you want to. You can do a search by search term, like Bluetooth speaker, or you can search by ASIN. If you know your competitor, their ASIN, put it in here. It's going to show you every single search term that they showed up for as long as they're in the top million, and it's going to tell you all kinds of data about that. In addition, for every search term, it's going to show you who was the number 1 product clicked on and then bought, number 2, number 3, and so forth. Unbelievably credible information. Now, of course, again, what do you do with this? I kind of like, that's great, Mike. That's huge, a lot of information. We need a plan for this. Here's the plan how to take this, a really dead simple strategy. First thing you want to do is you want to go out there and use your top seller in your niche. Whatever it is, find the top seller, put them into the brand registry, brand analytics, and then pull up every keyword that they actually show up for. Here's one where they show up for 258 key terms or search terms for a Bluetooth speaker. Then you want to take those and you want to use those keywords and make sure that your listing is completely optimized. Your title, your bullets, your search terms, your descriptions. Not the keywords you think work, the ones that actually work. Make sure you're optimized for that. Then you want to create a manual sponsored ads campaign, put all those keywords in there. I also use Amazon suggested bid, easy way to start out. Then follow up with that, use all those keywords, put them into a negative search campaign, your automatic campaign, and make sure that you're negative phrasing those out because you don't want to pay for those in 2 different campaigns. Put them into a manual campaign, have an automatic campaign that you include them as a negative search term so that you're ignoring those in your automatic campaign. Then you want to go ahead and monitor those and optimize every 1 to 2 weeks. And then you should see sales like this. This is one just running for, looks to be about a week for me here, getting a great ACoS because of this. And then part 2, just repeat this process for your other products as well. When you do that, also be sure to look at other ASINs that are showing it for search terms and don't ignore them because you can also repeat this process for other products, the number 2 product, the number 3 product. Now, there are so many endless possibilities with this business. So many of them that really, that means that if there's that many possibilities, there is no one single formula that's going to be a surefire success for everyone. There's 1,000 things you can do. You know, I've tried a lot of things in this business, like that duck right there, that didn't work. But if I wouldn't be experimenting all the time, then I wouldn't be able to find the things and share that actually get me out of the water and make me successful. And I know that there are a lot of people right now that are in this room that are either successful or going to be successful very, very soon. And for those people who are or going to be successful, and that should be pretty much everyone, I want you to keep trying. Never, ever stop experimenting. I love this picture of this girl right there. Because all it takes is one success out of 100 to set you apart from everyone. And when that happens, when you find that one success, I also want to ask you to do one thing. Share that with someone. It doesn't have to be a room full of 2,000 people. It doesn't have to be a room full of 100 people. It can just be one person. If you find something that works for you, share it with one person. I guarantee you, it's happened in my life. It'll happen in your life. You will get that success back 100 times over. All right, I'm Mike McClary. Thank you very much.
So there you have it, my top 10 ways for getting more traffic and rankings out of your products on Amazon. If you want to hear more like this, then be sure to like or subscribe to our YouTube channel below. And if you want to learn how to build your own brand and business on Amazon, then be sure to click the link in the description below and check out our completely free video training series that'll show you all the steps you need. Take care, and I'll see you soon.